that is written by Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So before I would start the lesson, I want to ask a few questions for you. Can you answer this? Who is the first woman president of UN General Assembly? One more question. The first woman judge of the Supreme Court of India and the first woman IPS officer of India. Next, the first woman president of India and the first woman prime minister of India. Then the first woman governor of India. Okay? And you have to find the answers for this. And few more questions are there for you. I want to ask, who is the first female doctor in India? Find out the answers for this. And the first woman in space. Indian woman in space. And the first female judge in India. And the woman who dedicated her life in helping poor and won the Nobel Prize. You have to find out these names and the photos so that you can recognize them, you can identify them. Okay? So find out the answers for these questions, children. Now we will come back to the lesson. The lesson given below is an article written by Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Who is this? Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, one of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's sisters. She was one of the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's sisters. She wrote it for the Reader's Digest. She wrote this article for the Reader's Digest, a monthly magazine. This is a monthly magazine. When she was the High Commissioner for India. When she was the High Commissioner for India in the United Kingdom. So she wrote this article when she was the High Commissioner for India in the United Kingdom. And she is telling us, the best advice I ever had come from one of the greatest souls the world has ever known. One of the greatest souls, the great personalities, the great person. So in the world she has ever known. That is no one else, Mahatma Gandhi, on a sunny afternoon a decade ago. So there was one advice from a great personality, from a great person. Who was that person? He was the Mahatma Gandhi. That was a decade ago. Decade ago means 10 years ago. So a decade ago, that is 10 years ago, most people pass through a period of anguish when their belief in humanity is at low ebb. So most people, many persons, many people, they pass through a period for some days, for some years or for some months, that is of anguish. Anguish means what? Some severe mental or physical pain or being low in spirit. That is the anguish. When their belief in humanity is at low ebb, when their belief in humanity, we will never believe anyone. So somebody has cheated us. So like that, their belief in humanity is at low ebb. Low ebb means being low in spirit. Low ebb means it is being low in spirit. I was in such a period. My husband had recently died. So that was the period where her husband had recently died. My deep sorrow over his loss was followed. First of all, her husband had died. She was in sorrow. In that sorrow, this is also following. That is what was followed by the humiliating realization. Humiliating realization means that is embarrassing, that is insulting realization that in the eyes of Indian law, the law, Indian law means what? The rules, laid down by the government. Okay, that is the law. I had no individual existence. There was nobody to help her. Okay, along with the Indian women, along with other Indian women, I had participated for years with men in the national struggle for freedom, working and suffering side by side with them until it had finally been achieved. She was going on working and suffering side by side with them until it had finally been achieved. Yet in law, we women were still recognized only through our relationship to men. Yet in law, so much struggle. She was participating in the national struggle, but still in our Indian law, we women were still recognized only through our relationship with men. So, alone, a woman alone will not have any identification. Only we are identified through the relationship with men, to men. Now, as a widow, without a son, she is not having a son and her husband has died. I was not entitled. Entitled means it is not given. She was not given any share of the property, of the family property. Her husband's side, okay, husband is died, their in-laws side, the in-laws, they didn't give any share of property to her, nor were my two daughters, nor for her two daughters also, they didn't share any of the property. I resented, feel bitter about, she felt very bad. She felt very bad, this girl in position, this annoying position, because she was not having the son. Because she was not having the son, she has only two girl children. So because of that, they did not give any share of the property. So this was the galling position for her. This was the annoying position for her. I was bitter towards those members. She was not liking. She was annoying towards those members of her family who supported this antiquated law, who supported this outdated law. Okay. At this time, I went to pay my respects to Gandhiji. At this time, when these all things were going on in her family, okay, they did not give her any share because she was not having the son. So this was a little funny for her. What is this? So the women are not identified by themselves. So there should be some men to give the identification for them. So because she was not having the son, they did not give any share of the property. So this was an annoying position for her. At this time, I went to pay my respects to Gandhiji. She went to see Gandhiji and say goodbye before leaving for America. Before she wants to leave to America, she wants to say goodbye to Gandhiji. So she went to see Gandhiji and to take part in a conference. Why she is going to America? To take part in a conference. After our talk, he said, after she went to see Gandhiji, they were sitting and talking. After finishing all that, then he said, Gandhiji said, have you made your peace with your relatives? So he is asking a question. Have you made your peace with relatives? Did you go and talk with your relatives? Did you go and speak with them? I was amazed that he would take sides against me. She was amazed. Vijayalakshmi Pandit was amazed, astonished, surprised to hear these words from Gandhiji. That is, that he would take sides against me. He would take sides means what? He will support me. He is talking in favor of me. I have not quarrelled with anyone. I have not quarrelled with anyone. Okay, I replied. When Gandhiji said like that, she said, I did not quarrel with anyone. Okay, But I refuse to have anything to do with those who take advantage of an outworn law. But I refuse to have anything to do with those who have taken advantage of an outworn law, that is the not supportive to her. This outworn law, because I don't have the son, they are treating me somewhat. They are not sharing any of the property to me. They are treating that I am some other than their family, other person. So why should I go and speak with them? To create a difficulty and humiliating situation for me. If I go and talk that myself I am creating a difficult and humiliating situation for me. See, I did not quarrel with them. So if I go and talk, they speak about these outworn laws. So why I should create my humiliating situation after going and talking with them? Gandhiji looked out of the window for a moment. When she said this, Gandhiji, after hearing all her words, he was seeing out of the window. Then he turned to me and smiled and said, then Gandhiji turned to her, he smiled and said, you will go and say goodbye because courtesy and decency demand this. You will go and say goodbye to them. You should go and say goodbye to them because courtesy and decency, that is the good manners, that shows your good manners. Though they are not respecting you, you should go and respect them. You should have that respect in your mind. So go there, go and say goodbye. Tell them, speak with them. Say that you are going to America. Okay, that shows your good manners, polite speech or action. Go say politely, speak with them politely. You will go and say goodbye because courtesy and decency demand this. In India, we still attach importance to these things because we are all Indians. We still attach to these things. Okay, be polite, be humble. Don't show the hatredness to others. Go speak with them. Then she said, no, I declared. Vijayalakshmi Pandit said, no. Not even to please you will I go to those who wish to harm me. Not even to please you. Not even to please you because you said. Not even to please you will I go and speak with them. No. No one can harm you except yourself, he said. When she said this, Gandhiji is telling, no one can harm you except yourself. See, everything you are keeping in your heart, you are thinking that you are becoming slowly, your hatredness will grow towards them. Don't do that. He said, still smiling, I see enough bitterness in your heart. He is telling, see, I see enough bitterness in your heart to cause you injury unless you check it. It causes the injury to yourself. It disturbs your mind. I remained silent. When Gandhiji said this, Vijayalakshmi Pandit remained silent and he continued, you are going to a new country. Gandhiji is saying, you are going to a new country because you are unhappy and want to escape, because you are unhappy with your family members and you want to escape from this place. You are going to a new country. Can you escape from yourself? Okay, as you said, you don't want your family members to escape from them. You are going away from this country to the other country. Okay, can you escape from yourself? Always something is pricking in your heart. Something is telling you. Okay, something is abusing you. Can you escape from this? Will you find happiness outside when there is bitterness in your heart? When something is running in your mind, when something bitterness is there in your heart, okay, will you find happiness outside? Can you show the happiness outside? Think it over. Be a little humble. Be a little humble. You have lost a loved one. You have lost a loved one. You have lost your husband. That is the sorrow enough. That sorrow is enough for you. That sorrow is enough for you. Don't carry all these sorrows back of you. Okay. Must you inflict further injury? Already you have a sorry. The loved ones has died. The one who was loving you, your husband has died. Already that sorrow is there. Must you inflict? Inflict means must you cause more enmity? You have to cause more enmity, further injury on yourself, because you lack courage. You lack courage to cleanse your own heart. You don't have the courage to go and speak with them. To cleanse your heart, you don't have the courage. Be courageous. Be humble. Go and speak with them. His words would not leave me. So he is insisting Vijayalakshmi Pandit to go and speak with her family members. He will not leave until she goes. She understood that. They gave me no peace. After some days of severe struggle within myself, after few days she was struggling with that, thinking, and she was struggling with that. She was not giving the peace for her. I finally telephoned my brother-in-law. She finally called to her brother-in-law. I would like to see you and the family. She said, I want to meet you and your family. I said before leaving. Before leaving to America, I want to meet you and your family. To say that she called to her brother-in-law. I had not been with them 5 minutes before I sensed that my visit had brought a feeling of relief to everyone. See, I had not been with them 5 minutes, only 5 minutes she was with them. Before I sensed that my visit had brought a feeling of relief to everyone. Because she met others, she went and met her family members. See, I sensed that my visit, she sensed herself that her visit had brought a feeling of relief to everyone. They felt very happy because she went and spoke. She went and spoke with them. I told them of my plans. She said about her plans and asked for their good wishes before starting on this new stage of my life. So she said them about her plans and asked for their good wishes before starting to America. This effect on me was miraculous. When she said all this, what was there in her heart? She said everything. She spoke with her family members. This effect was a miraculous effect on her. I felt as if a great burden had been lifted and I was free to be myself. She felt that as if a great burden had been lifted and she was free to be herself. Her burden was relieved. What was it? Something and all was running in her minds. The burden was there in her heart. When she spoke everything with them, she said, she went and saw everyone. She said what was her further future plan. So everything she said, and now her burden was relieved. This small gesture, this small action was the beginning of a significant change. This small action was the beginning of a significant change in her. A year and a half later, I was in New York. After a year and a half, 1.5 years, she was in New York as a leader of the Indian delegation to United Nations. As a leader of the Indian delegation to United Nations, she was highly professional, represented from India, Indian delegation to United Nations. Important to us was India's complaint regarding the treatment of people of India origin in South Africa. The complaint was India's complaint regarding the treatment of people of India, that is the Indians, how they are treating in South Africa. People of India origin in South Africa. In South Africa, were said by both the sides. Both the sides, the clash was there, the argument was there. I resented, she disagreed the manner in which the opponents made personal attacks harmful to India's prestige and to mine. She did not accept, she disagreed the way how they spoke with her. So I struck back with the same short weapon. So she struck back with the same short weapon, that is to fight for Indian arguments, the clash between them, how to treat the Indians origin in South Africa. So till here I will explain today, children. The remaining part of the lesson I will explain in the other class. So read the lesson if you have the textbooks. So children, whatever the things I have explained, you just recall and answer these questions. Answer these questions. I'll be sending the notes, the photocopy of the notes. Just copy down in your classworks. Okay, ask your brothers or sisters if they have not done the admission. Please ask them to come and do the admissions in the office. Office is open from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Ask them to collect their books also, and ask your brothers or sisters to see the online classes which is going on, and write the notes, the works which is given by the teachers in their directly in their classes or homeworks. Okay children, I'll meet you in the next class. Until then, goodbye from Ashwini.